And we're back. We are live at the Arival event in Las Vegas. I'm very excited to hear a little bit about one of the biggest tour operators in Europe. So if you go ahead and just introduce yourself, your name and your company, and we'll get started.
Yeah, I'm Simone Gozzi. I'm the founder and the CEO of City Wonders.
So you've had quite a year this year. Tell me about that.
It was a great year. This year we will have over 800,000 passengers. We have over 200 destinations in 3 countries, Italy, France, and UK. And so we've been growing steadily since now 2004.
So that is a lot of people in a few destinations,
Yes.
right? So you're one of the bigger players in those cities, I would imagine.
We are. It's been a long journey. It's very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
We always need to be on top of our game, but so far so good.
What's been the hardest part so far as you kind of ramp into this rapid growth phase?
I would say scaling the model and making sure that we would not lose our brand tenants and what really set us apart with what we did. So, talking in particular about quality and innovation. When I founded the business, I always believed in a quality product, in an experience that people will remember. We serve travelers, people that come to these destinations, sometimes for the first time in their life, sometimes they won't come back. Maybe they've been dreaming about these experiences. So we owe to them to do our best to create the greatest memory. So when you grow the business, it's important to keep the quality high. It's easy to have it slip through the cracks. So this has been a great challenge, but at the same time, I believe it's been a great success. I'm very proud of that. And constantly try to innovate, create new experiences, new tours, something that will set us apart from what everybody else does.
And that's probably pretty challenging because every other tour operator has a similar, in the sense of we want to be unique in what we're offering, right? So how do you create those experiences and build those relationships that allow you to have access to big things?
Well, we realized pretty soon that one of the turning point was creating great partnerships with the venues we work with. So in these past years, for example, we work hard to create a unique partnership with the Vatican Museums. We've been now a key partner for 5 years. We have been creating in the last 2 years a partnership with Warner Brothers for the Harry Potter studio tour in London. So all this effort was making possible to create really unique experiences that otherwise they would not have been possible. So I don't know if for example, with the Vatican, through this partnership, we've been able to show our customers rooms inside the museums that normally are locked, that people won't have access. One of the greatest features of this partnership is what we call it better than skip the line. I don't know, Nick, if you know, City Wonders, we started the concept of skip the line in 2007. We were the first operator that started with this trend. We came up with this concept. But now, skip the line, it's kind of abused.
Because then it's another line, right?
Yeah, now skip the line became another line.
It's just maybe a little shorter, but maybe not.
Exactly. Yeah. So talking about innovation, we realized that pretty soon, and so we thought we need to do something different. We need to go beyond that. And for example, through this partnership, we were able to secure a separate entrance just for us. So this kind of features help us to make our products unique. Always, together with obsession to customer quality, customer care, user experience, and so on.
I kind of like it's not skip the line, it's don't even see the line. Because
exactly,
you're not even, it's not like you're walking past anybody,
yeah.
You're just like
Yes.
the side entrance, right? So when you're looking to grow new cities, so you're only in a few cities right now, but you have a lot of penetration there. So
8 cities.
8 cities, but there's still many more cities, right? So
there are.
Walk me through the next cities. How do you decide when you grow out a new city?
What we do is we try to understand what is really the next opportunity. We don't want to grow destination just for the sake of doing it, and we need to focus on doing it in a quality way, making sure that we really create a strong presence in the destination. So sometimes our growth could be creating more experiences, in the current one, or could be just trying to innovate in how we sell tours, use of technology. sometimes it is adding new destinations. You know, it's one of the way that we grow, but it's not just the only way. So.
And adding tours to existing destinations is probably a little easier to test at first, right? Because you don't
It
need
is, it is.
full.
And you know, we make lots of mistakes. Sometimes we create, you know, wrong experiences that then, you know, we either amend or we shut down. But what we don't do is we don't stay still. You know, we always try to go ahead, take risks, and trying to understand what is next. What is the next move? Well, you know, it's changing the status quo, creating a disruption in the industry.
Walk me through how you test a new tour. So, you know, how do you create the idea, and then how long do you give it until you keep it or kill it?
Well, before that, I want to tell you just a little story. So, every time, you know, my staff knows this very well. So, every time somebody from the product team starts the process of creating an experience, what I tell them is this. Imagine that you have this aunt that lives very far away, and for me far away is Australia, so I always use Australia as an example. And she loves you, you love her, and she wants to come visit you. And she's never visited you before, and she has dreamt about it all her life, and now she finally can come for a few days. So I make it very dramatic, okay? And she will never come back. So now you have this chance to take care of her and show her your city. Would you really stand behind this product and put a person that you love in this experience? If the answer is yes, then it's fine, we are on the right path. If the answer is no, we need to go back to the drawing board and change what we're doing.
And that's the first step, basically. It's like before you even kind of test out, it's like you build the rubric, here's something I'm thinking about doing.
Yes.
Interesting.
So it starts with a vision, but then, you know, there are a lot of other variables that need to play in it. And
it's amazing how operations can get in the way of a vision sometimes, because you have the realistic part has to come down. Yeah.
But one thing that we never do is we don't try to emulate what other people do. You know, I don't think nobody will ever remember that us for that. So we always try to see how we can change what's in the industry, what's in the environment, experiences that already exist. How can we make them different so that we set us apart from everyone else? So that's a key element, a key driver in everything that we do.
Is it sometimes just something as simple as changing like one aspect of an experience, or something very small?
I give you an example. It was in 2000, I think, 8 or 9. At that time, we didn't do any tours in Pompeii. Pompeii is, I don't know if you know, it's an archaeological site outside of Rome that was destroyed by the eruption of the Vesuvius volcanoes centuries ago. So what happened is that we want to create a tour of Pompeii, and we look at the competition, and everybody's pairing the visit to the archaeological site of Pompeii with the city of Naples. And we think, you know what? We want to make something more team-oriented. So it's weird that nobody goes to the Vesuvius volcano, but that's what we will do. So we created an experience where you not only see the ruins of Pompeii, but also you climb up the volcano that destroyed the city. So it's a different experience, and just by combining these two elements, they result in a great success. It's now the top sold tours of Pompeii, and
it seems so obvious. Like maybe you'd want to see the volcano that destroyed.
It does, but you know, I don't think we do something that's so crazy. Sometimes it's just about seeing what's in front of us with different eyes, with a different perspective, and that's it.
So sometimes it can be so simple, but that's hard. It's not easy always to see things differently, right? So as a new tour operator, so if I'm someone who's kind of starting up in the industry and I'm thinking about how to build an experience that really resonates, what advice would you give me?
Well, I will tell you, first of all, do something that you're passionate about. You need to sell a product that you really believe in. Otherwise, I don't think it will work. Take risks. Be bold. Try to spot opportunities around you. Don't stay still. It's okay to make mistakes, but it's better to do 5 things, of which 2 are mistakes and maybe 3 are good. And quality. I mean, nowadays, customers want quality in everything you do. Whatever area you are, try to raise the quality of what you're doing. It's, we live in a world of online reputation. Everybody researches everything. There are so many tools now to really, look into every possible option for buyers. So you really need to be very critical. I always say that, I'm never the best ambassador for my products. I don't know if I was sometimes, but I'm definitely the toughest critic. So be very critical about what you do and make sure that you really believe in it.
So do you think it's even more important as you get bigger, but also harder because there's more things to look at? You know, that you can't see everything maybe, or?
It is, but that's the challenge. I think if you are able to keep this this way of operating and these strengths that you have when you are small, if you can keep them when you scale up, that will make the difference with your competitors. Because sometimes when you're not boutique anymore and you're a large company, this kind of things tend to slip through the crack, and you get caught in other dynamics. So being able to stay focused on this could be a key for success.
And just kind of wrap it up with that on that thread. Training your staff, is that kind of where this comes in to make sure the quality exists in places you can't see every day?
Yes, and use of technology is critical in this. So when the company grows, obviously, training and monitoring of the quality is crucial. But this is a lesson that I learned in a very early stage. I mean, one of the first IT projects that I ever did back in 2005 was to develop a very simple back office tool that would monitor the quality of the tour. So every customer would get an email asking them not only feedback about the tour, but to rate the tour guide from 1 to 5 and the experience. So we set a mark. City Wonders could not be less than 4.8 out of 5 as a quality. And if you were below that, we had something to fix because it wasn't right. So, yes, quality, training, monitoring the metrics, critical.
Be stringent, keep that quality high. Don't let it go.
Yep. No, but we're still top rated, so that's a source of pride for me because we are so large, but we're still a top rated tour company. So that's great.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining us today.
Nick.
I know it's been busy.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're live at the Arival event in Las Vegas. Give us a few minutes for some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with another interview.